Welcome to the preview of the rune reading of July 2025. I don't have my runes here with me because I left them in the Wotan shack. But I had to do this anyway. The rune that I had pulled for this month, the dominant energy, the central rune in the rune format. I have a central rune and around it are 4 others, and they will exercise an influence on each other. Now, the one that I had pulled for this month, the central one, is Pertro. It's the one that looks, well, that looks like this. On its side, like a cauldron, sideways, but it was inverted. This is important because Pertro is often considered a luck rune, but it's a bit superficial way of looking at it. It is a highly magically charged rune, and if it's inverted, that I have often associated with black magic. Now, since it's a central rune, this may very well pertain to things that are playing out on the world stage that affect us in our personal lives, especially when it comes to mainstream media and official news sources. I mean, these outlets have long been proven that they are not to be trusted, not even if there is a grain of truth in what they're saying, because that's just a bait. That grain of truth is only there to reel you in. Everything around it is twisted and perverted to a degree that the grain of truth doesn't even matter anymore. And in its upward position, Pertro can be the herald of great changes in life that are the culmination of your own personal magical operations. It's possible, if not very likely, that this expresses itself in very unexpected ways. A magical operation is not a direct solution to anything. It is like a current, an electric current, that needs to go through a series of wires and junctions to get to the light bulb to turn it on. And it's the same with magic and a magical operation. It needs to follow a certain path of its own in order to create the change that you want to see or are working towards. In its inverted position, however, we must be very careful not to be at the mercy of someone else's black magic, because if we do find ourselves at such mercy, it's at the mercy of somebody else's magical operation. It is always black magic, because it's an attempt to influence your will, your psyche. And any magic that tries to exert an influence over somebody else is black magic per definition. Excuse me. And it can have very far-reaching and undesired long-term consequences that are also very hard to foresee. I mean, just think of the year 2020 and the very far-reaching, irreversible consequences that it had for a great many people that found themselves falling for certain black magic spells perpetuated by mainstream media. Now, it's possible that it may play out on a more personal level for you, or most of you, maybe all of you. Women may want to be very wary of the envy of other women, especially during summer, because we tend to dress up more nicely. We show a little bit more skin. We put a bit more effort into how we look because we're not wrapped in thick winter clothing. We show off a bit more. And this may invoke the envy and the ire of a certain type of woman. And that may quickly take on the form of the evil eye. And of course, this does and happen to men as well, but I don't deny that, but it is more common with women. Be careful not to tell on your blessings this month, because jealousy and envy are very real and they can quickly become a detrimental force in your personal life. If you have someone around you that you may or may not know who actively and consciously directs that at you in the form of a psychic stream with you as its target keep your blessings close to your heart, both your blessings and your misfortunes, because misfortunes as well can be used against you. We all know, or most of us have people in our social media who lurk and are always there waiting on your moment of weakness to launch a psychic attack on you, usually in the form of very nasty comments. They're always there. So don't make yourself an easy target. Do your protection rituals or whatever spiritual exercises that you do to insulate yourself from psychic and magical influences this month. And lastly, I've talked to my friends and they have all sensed like something is in the air, something, well, I hate to say it, but evil, almost as if something has been summoned, invoked. We don't know what, but we all sensed it like something bloodthirsty. As, because my friends said they had a lot of images of animal cruelty over their social media, and that's always a bad augury. And I do believe that we can get auguries from the digital world as well. And I definitely have seen those images as well. And I wasn't paying too much attention because I was caught up in, well, things to do around the home after we moved. There's a lot to do, so I was distracted. But all my friends said this, that they saw this and felt this. And it just goes to underline that, well, there is something to it about black magic in the air. And it might be in your personal living sphere, or it might be in the greater world stage. We don't know. But whatever it is, it's best to, like I said, not make yourself a target. Keep your blessings close to your heart. Do your protection rituals. And stay away from Renfielders. Because, I mean, these people are so easily influenced and they don't even know it themselves. But these people become dangerous when these types of things are up in the air. Be careful on the roads. And thank you for listening.